It's the Shatkin First Down Pregame Show, presented by Dr. Todd Shatkin and the Aesthetic Associates Center, with your hosts, Rich Gaenzler and Dr. Jared Shatkin, and our special guest, founder of 26 Shirts, Reid. Now, from the Shatkin Sports Network studios in Amherst, here are your hosts, Rich Gaenzler and Jared Shatkin.
Welcome to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo Pregame Show, year number 5. So excited to be back with you. Great crew back for another year. And, of course, my co-host, Dr. Jared Shatkin. Great to see you.
Absolutely.
How was your summer?
Oh, it was awesome. You know, the weather was great. I had a lot of fun with the fiance this summer. But you know what's been in my mind? Buffalo football season. I'm excited to be back. September couldn't have came soon enough.
Elite season, I think is what they call fall around here, right?
Yes.
So we're going to start the show off talking primarily about the Bills and basically the roster as it stands going into the Raven game in the opener on Sunday night. So I'm going to start here. Josh, historically, not good regular season against the Ravens. Obviously, no preseason at all, really, for much of any of the offense. Mm-hmm. Obviously, wedding, hard knocks, captaincy, he and Bernard, obviously, all those things are playing into the mix. But when it comes to game time, Josh is going to be Josh, right? Let's talk about the players around him, though. I'm going to start with James Cook. What are your expectations for James Cook? Do you think he gets used similarly, differently? A little bit of spice thrown in there. What do you think?
I mean, the same 3 running backs are coming back in this season, and it was so productive last year. I don't see them using it any differently. If anything, James might be on the field a little more on third down this year. I think maybe you can use him a little more in the passing game, but overall, I do think that the running game is going to be similar, and you don't want to fix something that's not broken. They had a phenomenal running game last season. I'm excited to see where all 3 of them could take us.
Now we're going into Dalton Kincaid's 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken, and you know, obviously, with the place he was drafted in, there were lots of expectations for what he should be, right? Everyone thinks he's going to be Laporta and Hawkinson and McBride and Kittle and go down the list of the great tight ends, and he's not yet gotten there yet. Part of that is because of injury, but the other part of it is everybody eats, right? And I suspect, based on the way the wide receiver core is now sort of expanded, it'll be same old thing. So anybody that thinks that Kincaid's going to have 85 catches and 10 touchdowns, probably not going to happen.
I don't think he's going to have 85 catches or 10 touchdowns. I think he's going to be a better player this year. He looks bigger. He looks a little more physical. But he's just not going to get to that point where you see him as a first-round pick, because really the offense isn't designed like that. But what I'd like to see a little more out of him is the downfield passing game. And I think that has to do with coaching sometimes. I think Joe Brady had the training wheels on Dalton Kincaid a little bit last year, getting him the ball behind the line of scrimmage and asking him to break a couple tackles. That's really not what he was drafted for. He was drafted to go down the seam and catch the ball. And I'd like to see a little more out of that at the tight end position overall, and Dalton Kincaid for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And look, we could spend a whole show on the receiver core, so we're going to leave that alone and shift over to the defensive side of the ball. And of course, let's start with the D-line. Obviously, you got the rookies in terms of Sanders and Walker, maybe Landon Jackson. I didn't see much out of him, but he's a work in progress, right? And so you got that on the defensive line, and of course Bosa, that not a lot of people have talked about. What do you expect out of this group? Where are they going to be best at? Is it going to be pass rush or run defense?
I do think that the pass rush is going to be where the team is a little different this year. They got to get off the field on third down. I mean, it was pretty remarkable how many times it was 3rd and 15 and somebody made a little magic happen and found a receiver down the field against the Bills.
Let's stay on the defense. I think the linebackers were pretty healthy with. Bernard has stayed healthy throughout camp. For the most part, Milano has looked really good. Williams, I think, has looked good. Andreessen has looked good. I think we're okay at linebacker. The addition of Shaq Thompson, really nice. But DB, everybody's talking about, especially the safeties that start there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely worried about the defensive backfield coming against Lamar Jackson first game. That's going to be a huge test. We don't know if Trey White's going to play yet. And even that, you're banking on a cornerback who tore his Achilles and his ACL recently. And then you look at the safety position, you got a guy with Bishop who we're not really sure what we have out of him. We saw a little bit in the preseason, but we also saw some mistakes in the preseason for him. So I think, get familiar with DeMar Hamlin being back on the field again. I'm definitely a little worried about the defensive backfield, but that's why we got to get after the pass.
No doubt about it. And Hairston obviously out on the PUP to start the season. That's a struggle for you. So now it's maybe down to Ingram to play at that corner spot. Taron Johnson, obviously we love. He's going to be great. But there's definitely some challenges. So all that being said, We'll talk in the last segment about what we think that will mean for the rest of the season. Coming up next, Reid, 26shirts.com, and Bills Mafia will join us as we continue with the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Shatkin here with Hall of Fame running back Thurman Thomas.
My family and I have been coming to Dr. Shatkin's dental office for years. The office is beautiful and the staff is outstanding.
Thanks, Thurman. It's been an honor for me to take care of you and your family.
For a Hall of Fame smile, go where the pros go. Dr. Todd Shatkin at the Aesthetic Associates Center.
Call today for a free consultation, 839-1700.
Welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show, joined by an old friend and the originator of Bills Mafia, Reid. How are you, man?
Great to be back. Thanks for the invite.
26 shirts, obviously. What's new with 26 shirts?
A new design every Monday. We're really excited about a current design we have right now. We actually released it back when the schedule was announced, called Final Charge. It looks kind of like I have one here with me.
What?
How about that? So weird.
Whoa!
Oh, wow. So
surprise!
Yeah. So Final Charge. I went to a couple of Metallica concerts there over the years.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make it look like a metal concert.
That's
like
awesome.
A tour t-shirt. So that's available at 26shirts.com. Very proud of that design.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And of course, tell folks very quickly about 26 shirts and obviously proceeds.
Absolutely, yeah. So 26 Shirts, we've been around for almost 12 years now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it goes fast.
You haven't aged.
Well, you're great. You're a great liar. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so for everything we sell on the website, it gives back to a local family or charity. So in the almost 12 years, we've managed to raise and donate over $2.2 million.
Incredible,
back
man.
into the community.
Incredible. Round of applause, studio audience and staff and crew. You know, we're still like 7 of us, but whatever. It sounds good. It looks good. Congratulations. Honestly, that's awesome. How flattering is it to see that something you created is now going to be on the collar of the jersey of the team that you're all about? So if you don't know, the rivalry jersey in the collar is written Bills Mafia. I mean, how flattering is that to you? Do you still gotta pinch yourself knowing that that's
I get
happening?
goosebumps right now when
Right?
you mention it.
Isn't that awesome?
It's so weird. It's so weird. Just even being at the stadium to hear them say Bills Mafia, get on your feet while you're sitting there during the game, but then for it to actually be on an actual jersey that hopefully Josh Allen's going to throw 6 or 7 touchdowns in that day. It's absolutely insane.
Well, we're talking about a game. Go back in your Bills watching memory, because we're going to do this throughout the season. Obviously, the last season at Highmark, obviously the T-shirt says all that as well. Do you have one particular Highmark memory?
Yeah, can I say 2? I have
Sure.
2. Okay, so my first game ever, it was Sunday Night Football on TNT. That's how long ago it was. It was in the 1990 season. The Bills came back against the Raiders, and I think it was Steve Tasker blocked a punt. Jamie Williams ran it in for a touchdown, comeback win. First game ever. It was insane.
Awesome.
And then, honestly, the past several years, my daughters have joined my wife and I on season tickets. So the 4 of us have gone to almost every single game, except for when my daughter was actually working at the stadium. But just sharing those memories, actually like watching the games, engaged, enjoying it together as a family has been amazing.
Yeah, awesome. Thoughts on the team? Expectations. Obviously, they are favored in every game they play this year. They're a Super Bowl favorite. What do you think?
Well, I mean, you just said it. They're a Super Bowl favorite, right? And I'll tell you what, now that we're week 1 heading into Baltimore, I feel a lot different than I have like the past several months where like, oh, Super Bowl, we're going to run the table. It's going to be, now all the nerves are real and everything. But, I mean, this is as good a chance as they've ever had to not only make the Super Bowl, but to win it all. So, you know, knock on wood that everybody stays healthy and everything. I don't even want to say any more about that, but they have as good a team as they've ever had to actually compete for a championship.
So not likely that they would run the table. So who do you think on their schedule they are most susceptible to taking an L in their particular games? I mean, obviously the openers you got to talk about, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have, not that an NFL team should ever need motivation, especially week 1, but if that is possible, Baltimore has that after their loss in the playoffs last year. But just I would say Baltimore. We got a matchup with the Chiefs on deck later this year. Those are the perennial, difficulties that they have, right? Whether it's in the regular season or the playoffs. So division, I don't think any of us are really that concerned with the division. But yeah, I would say the Ravens, the Chiefs, obviously the two main contenders that they're going to have to deal with and are going to be difficult.
It's going to be a really interesting season to watch, and obviously there's been a lot of turnaround, especially on the defensive side of the football, D-line, linebacker, corner, safety, all of it. It's a lot to watch. Give me a Ravens score prediction for Sunday.
I'm going to go, I'll say 33-27 Bills. I like the weird numbers. 33-27 Bills.
Oh, good. Take the over, I think.
Yeah.
Del Reid, 26 Shirts, Bills Mafia. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you coming out. 26shirts.com, correct?
26shirts.com, correct.
Okay. Awesome. Where are you going to be for the tailgate?
We kind of bounce all over.
Okay.
So we go between Kenny, Pinto Ron, and the Mafia House, and then Lori's lot. So we're all over the place. If you're walking around, you'll probably run into us.
Look for them if you're going. Otherwise, go to the website. Coming up next, the Mafia, the rest of it will join us. And, of course, Jared and I will break down the Bills and Ravens and the full season when we get to our final segment on this edition of the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show.
Okay, team, we're down by 6 with only one play left. It's comeback time. Yeah! We need a play. The reverse ribeye, no good. The porterhouse pitch, too risky. The strip steak sweep, that's it. Go Russell!
Touchdown!
Where would you like to have dinner tonight?
Brussels, of course.
Be my guest and let us do the rest.
Are you hungry? Eat. Stabilize your loose dentures with Shatkin mini dental implants.
I was in a car accident. My front tooth cracked. I'm definitely embarrassed to smile. I got mini dental implants. It changed my life because it made me feel like me. Like I can smile and feel like Ashley. I just want to say thank you.
Mini dental implants can change your life too. You can be you again. Call us at 839-1700 for a free consultation.
I'm more than happy. I'm ecstatic.
Welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. Thanks to Del Reid from 26shirts.com and Bills Mafia for joining us. Time now to go with our UFL quarterback Sam Castanova in the pocket. All right, Sam, what do you think of the offseason for Josh and Lamar, and what can we expect?
Yeah, I like the addition the Bills had with Josh Palmer. I think he could help out Josh just with the way he creates separation. Josh hasn't had a ton of that in his career. It's pretty insane that we're the Super Bowl favorites tied with the Ravens because if Josh Allen didn't play, we would probably win 4 games. So that just tells you why he's the MVP, I think. But no, it's going to be an electric game. I think it might be a pretty big shootout. Our defense is banged up. The Ravens are pretty stout defensively, but like you said, neither one of them has played great in the regular season. Obviously, last year they blew us out in the regular season. I think back to the rain game a few years ago, we were down, 21-0. Josh played great the second half. We came all the way back. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's been a long time for some NFL football, so it should be exciting.
You've played professional football yourself, and you know what it's like year to year to year to be with the same coaching staff in the same league. So do people now this year, after Joe Brady's got 1 year under his belt, do you think people now and other coordinators, defensive coordinators around the league are going to know a little bit more about how to stop Joe Brady, or is Josh Allen the X factor and it just doesn't matter?
No, I think we ran the ball so well last year. I think if anything, Joe Brady can almost do more this year. I mean, when you see what he did at LSU, I mean, we didn't see all that last year. And I think he can just be a little bit even more, open things up, be more comfortable with all these guys. And obviously him and Josh are getting even more on the same page. So I don't think so. I mean, we might have some games where we're playing not the best team or dumb down the game plan a little bit where people are going to be like, what's going on? But no, I think it should be pretty exciting. I'm expecting pretty similar results.
All right, stay right there. Mafia comes up right now. All right, welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show, year number 5, and our first installment this season of the Mafia. Coach Hellwig's back. We got Rick Zurak Golf, and Sam Castanova's back as well. Of course, you know Jared, I'm Rich. I got to start with you, Sam. Congratulations, by the way. you finally get to use your outdoor voice. This guy's been the MVP and the Offensive Player of the Year in numerous indoor arena leagues that you've been in the past. Now you get to call up to the big time, playing outdoors in the United Football League with the Memphis Showboats. Congratulations to you. It's about time.
Thank you.
Walk through that process and how it all happened and what's next.
Yeah, thank you. Well, now you put a lot of pressure on me because now I definitely have to make the team. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rich. But no, I've been talking with them for a little over a year now. After my last season, the GM is actually Jim Manos, used to be high up with the Bills, and he lives in Hamburg. So he came to see me throw last offseason, and like what he saw, things just didn't quite work out for last season in the UFL. So I had another pretty good year this year and decided to bring me in.
Yeah, it's really awesome to watch your progression. And so Sam now will be part of the UFL. And the good news is for us, that doesn't start until like March, right?
Yeah.
So we got you the whole
February,
season,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yep.
All right, good, awesome. So you'll be in the pocket all year long with us, giving us the view from the pocket as a quarterback in the professional ranks. Okay, let's get to our guests. Let's talk with you, Coach Helwig, first. Your thoughts of the team going into the season, and what are your expectations in the end?
It's hard to say because nobody's played this preseason.
Right.
I think the offense is going to be fine. Defense is going to be a question. They can't seem to get off the field on third down. And I don't know whether they got to change the scheme, personnel, something's got to change third down. So if they can get that figured out, they're going to do well. The offense is going to carry them again all year. And expectations, well, on the first tee today, we talked to some of the guys and it went from, crazy to not so good. So it was 12-5.
12-5. Okay, reasonable. What about the Ravens?
Same. We're going to see him.
Okay.
We're going to see him again.
See him again in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And do we win the opener?
Yes.
Okay. Don't give me the prediction yet because I'm going to come back to you and get that. Rick Zerak from Rick Zerak Golf joins us. Same questions for you. Obviously, you've watched the offseason. You've seen the roster kind of shake up the way it has, primarily on the defensive side of the ball. But, of course, in the wide receiver room, that's shuffled a bit. You've watched Hard Knocks, I'm assuming, like most of everybody else. So what do you make of the team and obviously your expectations for the season?
Well, it's all about the defense. They went all in the draft and everything else. It's all about the defense. Can the defense improve enough to make us a championship team? You don't worry about the offense. You got the MVP. Let's make sure the defense stuff the run, make a pass. I know there's a lot of questions about our DBs, but if we have that, everybody saw what it took to beat Kansas City, and that was a 4-man rush, and you could drop 7. And if the Bills can do that, they're going to be great.
All right, I love that. I'm going to stay with you. Highmark Stadium, rich, new era, whatever you want to call it. You have one particular memory that you can recall in your long years of going to Bills games. You got one you can pick out in its last season?
I was a senior in high school in 1973. OJ comes in halfway to the mark, Monday Night Football against Kansas City. OJ runs wild. The Bills win that game. There was a couple crazy incidents with a guy on the high wire on his knees, and if he falls, he's going to wipe out a few people. That was a crazy memory. But that game was there was so much anticipation. Howard Cosell, the week before, called Buffalo. They cloned Cleveland and got Buffalo, and he got booed so badly. I remember people yelling at him up in the booth. So that was an incredibly memorable game, and the Bills won, so it was awesome.
By the way, you just YouTube that. If you've never seen the highlight of the guy crossing the guide wires, those guide wires still exist.
Yeah.
Definitely use YouTube and find it because it's there. And you can, by the way, watch the show on YouTube as well.
He had a few beverages.
Right? Jared, I haven't talked to you in the Mafia yet.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about you and because I know you guys have gone since you're this big, right, to games at Highmark. Right. Stand out for you. Now, obviously, compared to these two, your experience is a little bit lesser than theirs, but what is your standout game that you can recall?
I think it had to be 2017, that the snowball game when we played the Colts, and there were all those missed field goals, and Nate Peterman was in the game, and Joe Webb was in the game, and everybody left, but I was there till the end to see us win that game and, break the playoff drought. So We didn't break it exactly that game, but it played a big role in breaking the playoff drought. And, that's probably, I don't know if it's my best memory, but it's one that just comes right to the top of my head. Best memory is just whenever Josh Allen came and started balling out.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. We're all obviously golf fans at this table. Rick, you have a golf shop, obviously, on Transit Road, and you've been in the golf business a very long time. I have to, oblige me if you would. This has nothing to do with football. What about the Ryder Cup? Is the U.S. going to win?
Well, you got to win at home, and we haven't done it. And I'll tell you, it's going to be the craziest scene because you think about New York City and how crazy New York City is. Well, you're going to see it at an incredibly different level because there's going to be so much anti-European cheer and so much USA, and I think that takes us over the top.
Okay, the teams, to me, I looked at it the other day, they look so even. I haven't seen, have you guys seen any Vegas odds in the Ryder Cup? Because if it was me, I'd bet on Europe, and it sounds terrible,
Yep.
but they are absolutely loaded, and they're playing really well right now, which is the key to anything.
I wish Keegan would have picked himself.
I thought the same
he
thing
was
too.
going.
I think he didn't want that added pressure though, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get your score predictions, and we'll start with Coach first. What do you think, Bills Ravens?
31-28 Bills. Bills going to start off slow, and they're going to come back and win the game.
All right, Rick.
I agree. That's the same score I picked, 31-28. You think that you got Henry, you've got their passing game are maybe weak defensive back, but I think there's a lot of points scored. Whoever has the ball last wins the game.
All right, and Sam.
I've never picked against the Bills in this show, so I cannot do it this time. But I don't have the best feeling about this game. But I'll go 38-35 Buffalo. I think it might be a little bit of a shootout.
All right, very good. Well, congratulations again. I'm very, very proud of you guys. Thanks for being part of the Mafia in our first edition of this 5th season of the Shatkin F.I.R.S.T Buffalo pregame show. The two of us come back after this short break, and we'll break down the Ravens and the entire season, our 2025 Bills season prediction, what their record will be, coming up next.
Wow, what a difference a smile makes. Embarrassed to smile? Call us today for a free consultation.
Hi, this is Rick Zarek of Rick Zarek Golf, Transit in Genesee, and we're open. Drivers, wedges, putters, bags, gloves, waterproof jackets, lefties, ladies, we've got it all and at great prices. Rick Zarek Golf, Transit in Genesee.
It means a lot to be able to work with my dad to continue this legacy that we have going on.
I had many implants. Once I got them, it was like the old me came back.
The changes you can make in such a short period of time in somebody's life, have somebody in the chair crying because they finally have a full set of teeth. And I think the only way to do it in that type of time period for that type of price is really the mini implant.
Mini dental implants can change your life too. Call us at 839-1700 for a free consultation.
Welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. Rich Gaenzler, Dr. Jared Shatkin, thanks for joining us. Go Bills, Sunday Night Football against the Ravens. That's where we're going to start. We're going to go through the entire schedule. You beat me last year badly. I thought the Bills were going to be 10-7, and of course they overexceeded my expectations by a lot in what some were saying a rebuilding year. You did much better in your prediction, so congratulations on your win from a year ago. Let's go through the schedule one at a time. Okay, let's start with the opener. The Ravens come in. What do you think?
This is a coin toss game for me, but I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm a fan. You can't pick against the Bills in week one.
Okay, I'm going to go against the Ravens, and here's why. They have the same mentality. I think the Bills fans and the Bills themselves do too, is they have a former MVP that hasn't been in the Super Bowl yet, right? If they can get a win here in this first game, they get a leg up for that home field potentially going down the list of their schedule. So I'm going to take the Ravens in a very close game. I think they have a still very bad taste in their mouth, but their season ended. They had Highmark Stadium a year ago. They remember that, and I think they're going to build off of that, and they win in week one. Okay, at the Jets, I would guess both of us think that's going to be a win with Justin Fields and a new coach there.
Yeah, definitely going to be a win. I don't really expect much out of the Jets. They might be well coached, but they are not going to be all that talented offensively. With their quarterback, I think we are going to win that game.
Dolphins home in week 3. I think we would both probably. I know people are knocking the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins still have a pretty good roster, especially defensively, quite frankly. But I think they're a little bit challenged offensively. You don't know about Tua. You don't know about Achane. I'm going to take a win for the Bills in this game. What about you?
Yeah, win.
Win easily. Saints after that. Again, same thing. We're going to say quarterback coach in almost every single matchup here for the first half of the season, right? Quarterback and coach Kellen Moore for the Saints and Spencer Rattler, really, for the Saints. I'll speak for you. Win-win for the Bills. Patriots, new coach, quarterback. Obviously, Vrabel, Drake May, but people are saying expect better things out of the Patriots. What do you think?
You know, I think we are going to split with the Patriots this year, which I'll say later on, but I think we win this first one.
Because it's at home. Okay, fair enough. Atlanta comes up right before the bye on the road. Again, quarterback coach Raheem Morris, kind of been around the league a little bit. Then you got Michael Penix stepping in to start for the first time ever. Does have a little bit of security behind him and Kirk Cousins if he needs it. But what do you think about this game? I know some people are saying this could be a little bit of a trap game.
Well, I think the Falcons are in a good place. I do like Michael Penix as their quarterback. I think he showed a lot of good things. I don't think they're at the Bills level yet. We're going to win that game.
Okay, me too. I have the Bills winning that game as well. At Carolina. I've also heard people talking about Carolina. It's Casales, and then there's Bryce Young, who ramped up at the end of last year. And some people are saying the Panthers are going to be Cinderella. I don't believe it. What about you?
No, we're going to beat the Panthers.
Kansas City. Home game. What do you think about that game?
It's the regular season. It's going to be the Bills. The Bills are going to win that game.
Okay. I'll go with a loss there just because you have them unbeaten through now 8 games. 8-0.
Okay.
At Miami, I'll speak again. I think the Bills are going to win that game. Tampa Bay.
No, we're going to beat Tampa Bay.
We're going to beat Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to beat Tampa Bay.
I'm going to take a loss. I'm going to give the Bills a loss there too. At Houston.
I think we're going to lose that game. Houston played unbelievable defensively against us last year. I think they have a little bit of Josh Allen's kryptonite.
All right. I'm going to take a win in that game because their receiver corps is decimated at this point, and Joe Mixon, don't know if he's going to be available at that point. It's later in the season. He might be, but I'm not sure. At Pittsburgh.
We're going to beat Pittsburgh.
You're going to beat Pittsburgh. All right. I like Pittsburgh a lot. I think their roster is stacked top to bottom. I still think the Bills beat them. I just don't believe Aaron Rodgers has it anymore. Cincinnati.
This is the team that scares me the most in the entire league because I think Joe Burrow is probably the best pocket passer the league has seen in a while. I think the Bengals are going to win that game.
I have a loss there as well, even though, again, it's another home loss for me. I don't know what my deal is. At the Patriots, you said they're going to split.
Yeah, they're going to lose in the Patriots late.
Okay, I have them winning that game. The Browns on the road right before Christmas.
That's going to be a win.
Same. Philadelphia at home.
This is the turning point of the season when the Bills start getting into the Super Bowl mode. They're going to beat the Eagles. It's going to be a huge win. And that's when everybody's going to start putting the Bills at the top of the power rankings again.
You know what? I'm going to take the Bills winning that game too. I do feel the momentum coming aboard going into the playoffs. And something tells me they're going to figure out Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts isn't going to be that Super Bowl quarterback that we saw. All right, so you have the Bills losing 3. I have the Bills losing 4. So
well, we still got the Jets game.
I automatically mark you down for a W for that one.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so you got them 14-3. I got them 13-4. Pretty good predictions. I like that very much. Well, that's a good start to the show. I think we're off and running, and we want to thank you for watching. Thank you for our sponsors, Aesthetic Associates, Dr. Todd Shatkin, also Russell's, Sorrentinos, and our friends at Napoli, who joined us on board this year for the first time in our 5th year of the Shatkin F.I.R.S.T Down Buffalo pregame show. Enjoy it. We enjoyed bringing it to you. Thanks to the crew. Thanks for watching, and go Bills.
In the Pocket is sponsored by Mini Dumpster Rental. Call 716-429-6362. This has been a production of the Shatkin Sports Network.